What's good, cyberspace? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. And you already know, Reclaim Your Throne.
Right here, right now. It's the right time, It's the right sound. Right now. Tell the whole pipe down. Tell the nigga pipe down.
So guys, we gotta break this one down again. This is a follow-up to the last video I did. We have the overweight, bald-headed sister who is continuing to talk down on the passport kings, and it's getting ugly now. Okay, she's just responding to comments back and forth. So this is part 2. Let's get into it.
You know, I just had like this epiphany this morning. We talk so much about how men will weaponize their incompetence to get out of doing basic shit. I already don't have a lot of respect.
Men weaponizing their incompetence. I wonder what she means by that. Okay, how can you weaponize your incompetence? Like, they like using these terms like weaponizing, and it's like they try and turn things that have nothing to do with physical violence to violence. Like they start saying words are violent now, okay? And you misgendering somebody is violent. It's getting wild out here. I'm telling you, these feminists, bro, they done swallowed. Shawty done swallowed the Kool-Aid for sure. She swallowed the Kool-Aid and the comments were getting in her feelings for real. So let's keep going.
Respect for men that use their incompetence out of helping with the kids, doing household chores, putting the fucking toilet seat down. But
you could tell her baby daddy ain't ish, boy, because if she complaining about basic things like that, then you know that she is just choosing wrong. Dude, there are plenty of guys who are very neat, who are very structured, who wake up at the same time every single day. But y'all don't want those guys. You choosing the Pookies and Ray Rays. You allowed them to beat your brains down. And then now you're over here traumatized and cutting your hair and going through a spiritual healing and learning about yourself, you know, and still getting piped out by some dude that you just let come over.
But when it comes to men weaponizing their incompetence on behalf of their race, it's like, oh my God, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Okay, so she says, I'm sorry, am I the only one who can see that white women and black women are not the same? I don't see what her point is in this. Okay, how is this weaponizing incompetence? He just stated a fact that, hey, white women and black women are not the same. I don't see what the issue is with that.
What is this? It's like weaponizing incompetence is something that you cannot turn off once it's on. It's like a cocktail of you weaponizing your incompetence and then your critical thinking skills are having a battle royale in your brain or some shit.
If we drank a cocktail for every time she said weaponizing incompetence, we would be sluzzy drunk right now.
Black men, I ask you, what self-respecting, educated black woman would ever respect this? Don't worry, I'll wait.
All right, so here's the next one. She's replying to comments, spiraling out of control. The brother says, nah, because it's black men who are sitting around bragging about getting a passport like some of us haven't had one since birth.
Exactly. I can bet you, like I can almost guarantee
Look how broad her shoulders are, guys. I mean, look, she can have her issues with the passport bros, but there's a reason why you're not getting chose, okay? And that was a bar. There's a reason why you're not getting chose, baby. A lot of it has to do with the hair. A lot of it has to do with that neck fat. The gym is highly advisable. You know, you just have to get at least do the bare minimum, because now she's complaining about brothers doing this and that and going overseas, and then, you know, got people in the comments talking about, oh, we've had a passport since birth. Like, what does that even mean? Okay, you can have a passport, you still ain't traveling.
Every single one of these passport bros had a woman help them fill out the paperwork. These men are out here with...
Bruh. That's cap.
Waving that book around like it's their first Boy Scout merit badge. That passport is the one thing that most of these men actually have outright and think they're going to use it to actually travel. Meanwhile, most of them...
She's literally talking about her baby daddy.
...have never left their city or state. I've had my passport, or a passport, since I had baby teeth. It's nothing to like, hey, look, I got it. And how much do you want to bet that these same men have no idea you have to renew that thing? They didn't even know where to go to get one. They had to phone in a friend.
I mean, it's a simple Google search. She really thinks that men are just really dumb. And the reality is, I mean, from what I'm seeing online, it's the women who are like the really dumb ones, who are going with like the gender swapping and all this kind of stuff. I mean, she looks like she's a transition surgery away from identifying as a man. It's a lot of these women are falling for things that don't even make sense when it comes to the media and the propaganda. So it's crazy that she thinks that this is what she thinks about black men. You know, it's telling. It really is.
Had to call up their mama to figure out where their birth certificate was, where their social security card was.
I mean, there is honestly, like, there ain't no problem with your parents holding on to your birth certificate. I mean, the social security, I mean, even that, honestly, it's in a safe place. Like, you don't want to be going to school and having your social security in your dorm, then your dorm get broken into, or, you know, there's so many different scenarios where you could lose your social security. You could keep it in your wallet and you could lose that. So there are many ways you can lose your social security card, and that can hurt you in the future. So I don't see any problem with leaving your social security or your birth certificate with your parents. It's in a safe place. As a matter of fact, it's probably smartest to do that, because your parents in their older age are gonna be more conservative. They're gonna be at the house. I don't see any issue with that, honestly. All right, so she's still replying to comments, and the comment says, I know them enough to not put time or effort into them, at least not the women of this country or my skin color. Wow, so this brother, he's going hard in the comments, all right? And there are brothers who have their preferences, as we will call them. But the reality is, when you go overseas, a lot of those women are going to be your skin color. Maybe not as dark as me, but looking at his profile pic, he looks a lot more yellow than he does brown. So
y'all know how y'all have been fighting to the death in the comment section of that video where I said it's only black men that disparage their women solely based on their race, even though they came from black women.
And I don't agree with that. You'd be surprised. I've seen some white dudes who have like sworn off of white women. You know, the white dudes who, I mean, I'm not going to say Travis Kelce sworn off of white women, but you could see that he has a preference. There are a lot of, it's not that many, honestly, statistically, but there are some guys who speak boldly about being sworn off of that white women, and especially guys who have traveled. They're rocking with Asian, they're rocking with Hispanic, honestly. I mean, a lot of these white dudes are getting women outside of their race and cuffing them, okay, and turning them into wives. So it's not just black men who are speaking about the women online. That's just the reality.
Out of the thousands of comments, I haven't gotten any men with that lack melanin saying anything like this. I mean, you can go at any time, baby. Like, we it's fine. It's fine. But I just want to make sure that the example of what I'm talking about is crystal clear.
All right, guys. So for the final video, somebody got at her with the bald head. So let's get into it. The brother says, always the ones with the face natural deterrent, no hair, no ring, SMH, low value. You can't even make the pick me team. Damn. So he really put her in her place. And I do think that she needs to understand that, hey, ma'am, you're going to have to lose the weight to be competitive in the dating market, or just date a fat dude. Honestly, you deserve second shift at the plant, like Kevin Samuel says. I don't see anything wrong with that, okay? But she's going to say that she deserves a 6-foot cut up guy with 6 figures and, you know, doing all this type of random things with his life, got 6 businesses. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, guys. It is absolutely ridiculous, the delusion that's going on with these women. Now, let's see what her response is. Also, you can see that, I mean, she's got the weird flapjack titty thing going on, but I mean, if she lost weight, she could definitely fix that up. She really could lose weight and be straight, but, you know, her skin looks good. The hairline has shifted back since she cut all her hair. So at this point in her life, it's damn near going to be impossible for her to grow it back, even to my length. So my thing is, like, I'm not really trying to rock with nobody who doesn't have hair as long as me, or at least touching their shoulders. So, you know, she's starting from behind already. I'll just say that.
Jesus Christ. Why do y'all summon me like this? Like, why? Sweetheart, baby, let's start with the first one. Face natural deterrent. What does that mean? I'm wearing no makeup. Like, nothing. Second.
He said the face is a natural deterrent. I mean, she's not ugly in the face. You know, she's not ugly in the face. She has a weird face, maybe like really bulgy eyes and a big forehead. And I think having no hair really makes her face just look round and, I don't know, weird like. It's almost, you know, like those Play-Doh things where you squeeze it and then like the eyes and the tongue and the nose like squeeze out and stuff. She kind of has those types of features. But if she had longer hair and was 100 pounds lighter, then I think that she could get a Malcolm, a mildly attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable man. But, or a medium ugly, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable man, because she is, I mean, she is kind of medium ugly, honestly. Like, a lot of girls be trying to say, oh, you medium ugly, you medium ugly. I mean, you could say that, okay, but at the end of the day, when you have a nice body, it makes up for anything. Like, she could be medium ugly in the face, which she's average in the face, probably a little bit below average, maybe a 4 or 5 in the face, but her body is like a 0 because you know, she's working with some weight, so she could really fix that. But at the end of the day, is she going to take accountability for her situation in life? She looks a lot older too, so it's going to be harder to get that weight off. It's not impossible, it's just going to be harder.
Second part, the no hair. Yeah, good job. Your eyes work. I cut my hair voluntarily.
Ooh, baby, and you should not have done that, okay? See, a lot of you women try and do the big chop. You're not Jada Pinkett. You ain't suffering from alopecia. Keep your hair, honey. You was putting too much product in there, and it wasn't coming out the way that you liked it, so you cut it. I get it, boo-boo. But at the end of the day, it don't look good when you're bald. You look like the Joker's son with that green hair. Stop dyeing y'all hair. Stop putting... You're going to put chemicals in your hair, cut your hair because your hair's not doing what you want to do because there's chemicals in it, and then put more chemical in it. I mean, It makes no sense. I mean, I could understand like you grew your hair out and, you know, dye the tips, but at this point, she might have to dread up. She might have to dread up. If she loses weight in the process, she could be, you know, have some potential. But the fact of the matter is, even chicks like this are getting ran through. So it's like, by the time she run into a guy who's worth a damn, and if she even gets in shape and whatnot, I mean, unless he's a simp, he ain't gonna cuff her.
The no ring, yeah, a good observation, baby. Your eyes look 2020. I don't have one anymore because I didn't want him anymore. I have not replaced said ring because...
So she didn't want him anymore. It doesn't sound like he was abusive. She just didn't want him anymore. That's that 78% divorce rate initiated by women. That's that right there. She was married and she divorced the man. So, was he a bad guy? I don't know. He could have been. Or he could have just been a medium, ugly, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable man. A Malcolm. And she didn't like the way he looked at it. So, but the reality is she fell off too.
Because I'm not stupid enough to do that again. I wouldn't want to be on the pick me team if you held a 38 to my temple. Sir, you know damn well that if I walked past you with these curves and this ass, you would be
I know she did not say these curves and this ASS. She is really out here thinking that she's like some curvy, bottle-shaped hot girl. That's crazy. She really thinks like that's her body type. If I walk past you with these curves and this, and you could tell he's slick her type too. Cause she wouldn't have ever insinuated like he could even, you know, be getting her. This dude actually looks like a guy that she would probably rock with, honestly. And he's not ugly neither, pause. But, you know, I would just say grow the beard and the mustache out more and fill that joint up. Make it look like, who got a good beard? I can't even think of nobody right now, but, yeah, do one of them Philly beards, honestly. He look a little rough around the edges. Look like he do some blue collar work. My man work at a construction site or something.
Static to get a how do you do. You look like Debo's wet dream. Not the bald head by way of circumstance. 2 sets of lips.
I mean, she is kind of funny, and that was hilarious. But at the end of the day, it's like, ma'am, look at your results. She talking about she's curvy. Ma'am, your shoulders are super broad, and I could tell you got a lot of net fat. So you're more fat than actually curvy. I would just say, hey, lose the weight, and then maybe you would have a larger leg to stand on. But at this point, her really popping off, I mean, she's quick with it. She's witty with it, and she's, you know, got a comedic edge to her. But at the end of the day, hey, you need to focus on losing that weight and finding a man who you don't, you know, just want to throw away at the sight of bad news. So, anyways, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship question to the email down below with a screenshot of your Cash App so I know you pay your tithes, man. Y'all need to be on your motherfucking name with the BS. You already know. Reclaim your throne.
Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.